Hey guys, welcome to Project Money Pits. Today is a bit of a continuation on from the last video where my friend Sean basically mugged himself off on a GS600 purchase, but not to worry, he did actually get a bike in the end, and that is what we're going to go have a look at now, along with the purchase that I made on that day, which is my new CBR600RR. So I'm going to go up to work where they are both stored and give you guys a rundown of them. It's just so good looking. Little cheeky Mark II back there. Anyway, bikes. Ready? Bikes! Oh, we've got a lot more bikes in here than I thought. Okay, I actually forgot that Sean bought two bikes. So he got a, he did end up getting a GSXR600K2 in the end, but then this came up for sale. So now that is going. So in the space of 2 days, he purchased two bikes and is already selling one. So to the left, we have my almost CBR600RR, and I will explain why it's got no clothes on at the moment. And to the right, we've got Sean's R65SL. I'm going to say this here and now, and he's never going to let me live it down. On this occasion, because these bikes were actually identically priced, man, did he get the better deal on this occasion. Right, so this is a 2005 Yamaha 5SL. It's done about 14,000 on the clock. It has everything you could possibly want to go on track. And actually even some of the modifications it has that are very expensive, you would even want on the road. I can actually point at any given part of this bike and something has been modified. So jealous. No, I'm not jealous. No, I like my CBR. Oh, I don't know, am I? Anyway, right, let's start with the cosmetics. So full CRC track fairings. These are not a cheap set of fairings, and they have actually been done very nicely and even painted well. For fuck's sake. As I always say, stomp grip pads are the greatest grip pads, and should go on every bike. It's got lovely carbon covers. I always wonder with those, because like I know they're like partially designed for protection, but I'd be more pissed off about damaging the carbon cover than the actual cover under it. It's got freaking Giles rear sets. They are expensive. I would know, I've been looking. And it's got a little carbon heel protector. Oh, they just look so damn good. Oh, look, that's some more RNG. It literally, he has spat the whole RNG catalog onto this bike. The only thing I'm not the biggest fan of is the exhaust that came on it. Oh, look, more RNG. Black Widow exhausts, they are good, and actually, like, for the price bracket, especially considering you can have it in a carbon finish, they are inexpensive, but I'm a bit of a snob. I like Akrapovic and Yoshimura and the like, so that's probably the only thing I would change. Moving up here, even more money has been spent on it. You've got full Renthal bar ends, you've got full Renthal levers. It's got a manual, like, brake adjuster, which is kind of cool. And you got one of these thingies, stop you, someone else pulling your lever in, bastards. It's got Hyper Pro front shock internals, it's got sprint steering dampener, gear shift indicator, it's got an HM quick shifter, I believe. Race pattern. One of the biggest modifications that this has that I so badly want, but that is very, very expensive, it's got a nearly nude Sigma slipper clutch in it. That's a really nice way to spend like £800. So if there's one bit that I am very jealous about, it's that, because dear Sean did not have to pay for it. Got quick release fuel cap. Man, like every single bit of this just has something new on it. So this bike's got a Power Commander 3 on it with a dyno reading of 114 brake horsepower, which is, you know, for its time, that was pretty healthy for a 600. I'll be very interested to see what Sean thinks of the power deliverance on these. I mean, comparably with the older model, which was like 5EB, wasn't it? Obviously this is fuel injection, but with the 5SLs, they actually put bigger throttle bodies on, and they said that it's got a bit more mid-range, but still these bikes really are like, they're like the RX-7s of the bike world. There's like nothing, everything. And then like a massive rev range of up to 15,000. Shall we start it? Swap hands. That's quiet. that does actually sound quite nice. Damn it. I really like this. But like, not for me, for him. I really like it for him. Right, okay, so we'll move on to my CBR, but like, it's just gonna seem really disappointing now. But I love the CBR600RRs. I always have. My first 600 was a CBR600RR6. This, you might not be able to tell without the bearings, is a RR7. It's a late 2008 model. This has only done 5,800 miles, okay? That is a big factor into why I actually wanted it. I've kind of gone back to basics with this because I did that thing when I initially decided that I want to go onto track, where I basically just find the best possible thing, bike that I can get, basically. So I got an X-Race bike. So the R6 had absolutely everything, but I just hated riding it. I know I'm speaking a lot in past tense, and that is because I've sold it. So we'll touch base on that in the future. But this is the replacement for it. This cost a lot less than the R6, so it did actually release a little bit of capital, which meant that I could progress on with some of my other projects, which was really cool. But let's not lie, okay? I've tricked myself again into buying another project, haven't I? So the backstory with this bike is that it was a road bike up until about 2015, and then the previous owner, who had it for 3 to 4 years, decided to convert it to a track bike, did 2 track days, and then he literally said, then I just woke up one morning and thought to myself, bikes are dangerous. So fair enough, and he sold it to me. But yeah, so it's had an easy life. It's got full service history. Nonetheless, I still serviced it as soon as I got it. So we've done a oil and filter change on this, as well as I didn't need it, but I put new brake pads on. I went for the EBC GP Faxes, which are said to be very, very good brake pads. So I will report back to you on my first track day with it. They are quite dear comparably with like the SBS Cinter pads, but I did get a really good deal on these, so that's why we kind of went for those. It has got 1 or 2 aftermarket bits. I mean, it came with braided lines anyway, and one of the big ones, it's got the Acapop exhaust. That exhaust used would be about 500 quid, so nice little bonus that it had it. And it's got aftermarket rear sets, but they're not Giles, are they? Look at the difference. Damn it. Some of the stuff I bought for it, I have actually fitted already, but primarily it's crash protectors. So got the swing arm and bobbins at the back, as well as the front fork protectors at the front. I actually bought these new, which I was so irritated about. They're 125 quid new. I don't like paying retail for things, but they are necessary and I couldn't find any use. So I'm kind of like half fitted them. I'm just waiting for I need new bolts to go in there. No, I didn't go for the titanium ones. They were like £40. I just got originals. I did manage to find used ASV levers, which I felt so proud of myself for, because that's like £200 worth of levers. However, the brake lever that I got, which I do still have it was missing this little like spherical part that, where are we at? You see in here, that little like plunger thing is meant to go into this little like, spherical thing that I'm talking about that I don't know the name of. And yeah, it was missing. So I don't know what to do, because it's not exactly easy to get ASV spares. You know, they usually all come as a package. So I've just whacked the standard lever back on for now, and we'll figure that one out down the line. Oh yeah, I did a brake fluid change, obviously, along with the getting new pads. I went for Motol, what's it? RBF660. Apparently that's it's got a very nice high boiling point, and a lot of people have said very good things about it in relation to track use. In addition, it does have a gear shift indicator. I do love a good gear shift indicator. And just to make myself feel better, look at that mileage. That is such good mileage. And it came with fuel. It's probably 2-year-old fuel. All right, should we have a listen? Again, like that's pretty quiet, apparently. I'll give it a couple of lips. Okay, let's address the elephant in the room. It has no clothes on. I am putting fairings back on it, obviously. The ones that came with it, they were tatty as hell. Basically, previous owner's friend just gave them to him, but I can't help myself. Everything I have has to look pretty. I know that's not right with track bikes, and we've got friends who are like die-hard track addicts, and they don't care what their bikes look like because they're probably going on its side because they're always pushing themselves to the next level. Whereas I want a pretty show pony that looks good in the pits. I have already bought it a new outfit, so the front section is brand new. It is fiberglass, but it's Kevlar reinforced. It's from a company called Shep's Fairings. I've used them a couple of times now. Really, really nice guys. Highly recommend them. Although, I'm not gonna lie to you, regardless of who you buy your fairings from, fiberglass is always a little bit of a bitch to fit. You got to felt them a little bit. And of course, I've got that stupid little front clock thing, which obviously isn't standard, so I'm gonna probably end up having to hack these up. The back section, I am keeping standard. I want my comfy seat, and I have got a seat, it's just not here. So I got this all for £40, so I'm very proud of myself. Does require ever so minor repairs, but I think it'll look really good, and I do much prefer plastic over fiberglass. Realistically, the only thing that I fundamentally do have to buy for this bike, other than frivolous little nonsense bits, is tires. This is on Pirelli Supercourses, which is what I use frequently anyway, but these are 2012 tires and they are getting a little bit low on tread, so I'll just replace them. I'm gonna go for Dunlop D212 GPs. Heard a lot of good things about them. They are a little more expensive, but it's the one thing that I never skimp on is tires. So guys, the next time you see this bike, it should be a hell of a lot more complete. It'll either have the fairings fitted up and keyed up ready for paint, or it'll be completely painted and ready to rock. I have a deadline. We're going to Portimao, which is crazy. It's my first Euro track day. Sean's coming with as well. And I would actually like to do a couple of Brands Hatch days prior to that anyway, so I've really got to get my skates on and getting this one ready. It really just sucks that I feel the need to turn everything into a project. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and get in the comments, which would you have gone for? Would you go for Sean's R6 or my wonderfully low mileage CBR600RR? Bye. No, that's not sweeping. That's quite tight. Damn it! I need a sat nav.